Good morning, everyone. It's Tanya of Cute and Cuddly Nursery. This is Tobiah's belly plate, and I'm still matching her to it. I think she's looking really good. I'm happy with her progress so far. Now I'm trying to match her limbs as well, so I'm doing some more shading still, so I thought that I would go ahead and do a video while I'm shading. So this is the paint that I mixed up last night, which is a nice chocolatey brown with burnt umber and a touch, well, not a touch, a few drops, I think 2 drops of the raw sienna, a little touch of primary cyan, some of the medium red, and also a drop of carbon black. So then I mixed those up really well with a drop of retarder. Sorry, the dog wants out. A drop of retarder, and then I filled almost the whole dish, the little dish, with the airbrush medium for thinning. And so now I have like a nice chocolatey brown. I don't know if I can bring it up, but I'll try. What's that? I don't know. Let's get it up. Okay, so this one here in the front, so it's a nice chocolatey, like milk chocolate color. And I'm just using my brush and my very dirty sponge to blot. And then I'm also using this one to add color. I just put a little bit on here, dab, and then I just kind of brush it on with the sponge. And then make sure you blend in spots. So I think it's looking pretty similar to the belly plate. I just want to make sure. Oh, there's a hair there. It's terrible when there's a hair in this darker skin tone. I don't know if I can get that up because it leaves a line, which is not good. In the paint. And I covered her last night with a plastic bag. A nice big dress one that I have. And I'd like to get some more, but I don't know where to get them now. It might have been no, I was gonna say it might have been like a Sears bag, but I don't think so. So I have some dresses that are in Sears bags, and they don't look like that. So I'm not sure where that bag came from, but I like it and I had it in my stash. If the Yoda bags were bigger, I would just use that, but it'll only cover one And I don't think it would work for Tobiah either. But I'll have to check. Maybe it would. I just worry because the bag has writing on it though. Suffocation stuff. Should have a fan over here blowing away the dust or something. Like here, I'm blowing this. I don't know, because then the babies are there. Maybe towards, I don't know. Because then I've got the heat vent next to me, and it's been cold here lately, so I've had the heat on actually for a few days now. And my husband said his boss went to his cabin on the weekend and it snowed. So, not ready for snow in September. That's nuts. These little hairs that keep showing up. And I hate that. Like, I don't know how to get rid of them. So I know a lot of others struggle with that as well. Keeping your work clean, and it's like I don't really have a dirty, dusty area that I'm working in, yet everything, any little lint sticks. So just like the silicone, I sit and have to get the little hairs and whatnot off. If I can. If I had like a fan above that would suck the air, you know, like the fan on the above the stove, maybe that would work. I'm not sure. Alright, so I keep wanting to just compare and make sure that I'm on the right track here for the belly plate and the limbs and whatnot. So I do need to darken the creases a bit more. And then I want to do blushing. And then I think I'm probably pretty much happy with it. I haven't done any creases yet. The hair stuck in the paint, and try to get that out of there. Some of them, there we go, will come out. It's easier to get the hairs off of a lighter baby. So then you don't see it as much, but that's why I have to be very, very careful. With the darker skin tone, so I don't want to ruin. Most of the hairs are just on top, so I can just carefully get them off, but some are part of it, and I can't get them out without causing damage. Okay. So, how is this? The sun is getting a little too bright. Can't see what I'm doing. There we go. That looks pretty good, at least on camera. My camera, I noticed, was showing up a little bit on the... Yeah, that looks pretty good, I think. This is see-through, so it's kind of hard to... There we go. Or transparent a bit. I don't know. trying to decide. Like the head looks good, but I think we might need to cover the whole arm a bit just to get that darker tone. We'll do a light all over and see how that looks with the brown here. And see what that looks like. Oh, Marty. Marty, no! Sorry. There's probably the mailman out there. And, of course, he has to let everybody in the neighborhood know that the mailman's out there. Okay. Just want to blend as quickly as possible to see how this is looking. I'm just holding the sponge and using the side of it. Okay, so I think that's looking pretty good. Okay, how does the other arm look compared? I don't know if you can tell. This one is a lighter color, so I'm gonna go over. Oh, I hate these little hairs. Hate the hairs. Alright, so we'll work on this arm. Sorry, dog wants back in. Come on, hurry up. Come on. Yeah, about the snow, that's not a good idea. I don't like the idea of snow already. It typically snows here though in October. Like that's a normal thing, which I hate. A little hair there, and I don't like it. I know a lady told us one time that she wasn't going to turn her heat on until like November. So she was like, I bundle up in the house and have the kids do it too, and because I'm not turning that heat on until I have to, kind of thing. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's been snowing and stuff, lady. But I don't know if she actually did wait or not. I didn't follow up, but yeah, that's pretty crazy. If it starts to snow, I'm definitely turning the heat on. Especially for the kids. I don't want the kids to freeze. There's more little hairs in here. Alright. Need to blend. Having a hard time seeing because of the sunlight. It wasn't so bad before. And try rinsing my sponge here. I should have another pair of tweezers for over here. So I've got tweezers for my silicone table over there, but not maybe a regular painting table. Vinyl painting, I guess you would say. I do not. Okay, I might have to close the curtain a bit more because I can't really tell what I'm doing here with it being so bright. I'll try closing it a bit more. See, now let's try that. Let's open the back of it. Blind. There we go. Okay, so now we can kind of see better. So I want to go over this whole thing with this other sponge. And then blot the sponge on a paper towel. And then we just go over the whole arm. I'm going to try to blot this just in case there are any edges. So I don't want that. Don't want any edges. Oh, I just realized that I didn't bring my coffee over with me. That's alright. We'll get it in a bit. I wasn't planning on doing like a super long video. I realized that my creases video is super long. It's almost 2 hours. So if anyone watches that whole thing, you know, you're awesome. I don't know that I would. I guess I sat through it because I made it, but you know. I used to listen to a lady though, and she would have just about 3-hour videos, and she would have like Bible teachings as well as Bible teachings, and then like news articles and whatnot. Let me see, how do I, because the creases on the belly plate are darker, so I'm just going to try to make the creases here darker as well, just so that it looks uniform. Yeah, her videos were like 3 hours long, but if I'm sitting and painting, it's not so bad. She's no longer on YouTube anyway, so I don't remember how long she'd been on though, and then she stopped. I mean, she had a lot of videos, so she probably figured, well, that's good enough. I feel like this line should be higher for the shading out here. always get kind of a hard line when doing the creases in the arm here, and I don't know how not to really. Looks like I already went over this one because it looks pretty dark already. Oops, I touched the finger. I don't want that. These little hairs went everywhere, making me nuts. And I have to go through and try to remove as much as I can. Okay. So I'm gonna say hopefully I'm within frame here. Hopefully I didn't touch the back at all. No. Okay, good. I want to paint the shoulder a little bit more just to have it kind of matching the belly plate a bit. A bit more. Not sure what the other arm looks like. How would it look? It'll look pretty good actually. Pretty much the same. I mean, the shoulder is a bit darker though on top still. Okay. There's some little hairs in here I want to try to get out. The one thing that I liked about the Genesis paint was that you could pull hairs out. Or like the hair wouldn't stick, it would just, they just wipe off. But I do not, I don't like Genesis paint anymore. I don't like how it just, when I tried making one last one, and then the paint just rubbed right off. Even after I baked it, I was like, are you serious? Like, this should not be happening. There should not be paint rubbing off. I don't think. This one's still a bit darker, so we'll go over it. Again, looks pretty good. I always hold them together, flip them around and whatnot, make sure that they look the same. So I think that's good. Now this one looks like it needs a little bit more on top. there's like a bit of, there we go. I'm gonna say it's not uniform looking. No, I made the other too dark. Maybe not. Alright, now I'm gonna grab, so I started this leg last night, adding the shading and stuff. I'm not really sure what to do up here other than just add some color. And this is pretty much matchy with the belly plate. If I want to add some color down here, that way we have uniformity and whatnot. So I'm getting lines with this, which is not good. I don't want that. We will just use my blending sponge to blend that in, because I do not want edges showing up. Is not good. Okay. Not sure why that is happening. I think I didn't take off enough color is the thing. Did I touch it? Yeah, a little bit. Touched up there just a touch. Ah! Okay. Now, blend, blend, blend. There's a bit of a divot here, however you say. It's not quite, it's not like a big crease, but just where it would be a bit darker there. And of course there's a hair. I'm like, what did I do with my toothpick? Where is it? Marty, you're so noisy. It's funny, he snores when he's not sleeping, and when he's sleeping, he doesn't snore. I don't get it. Alright, I have a little bit of some lines that I see, so I want to quickly blend those lines in. Be nice if it just acted like silicone and just spread out evenly. Oh, even silicones. Okay. I think that's looking pretty good. Sorry about that. I don't know where that cut off. Hopefully not long. I haven't been doing much. I'm still going over all the creases adding some more shading just to match that belly plate. So there we go. Pretty much given up on the brush for now. I find I still have to go in with the edges, or that it leaves some edges, which isn't good. But I like the brush. I just don't like the edges that it leaves. Is not good. It leaves some brush strokes, and it does leave, I guess, an edge, so I have to blend the edges as well. Okay. Just want it to be a little darker near the toe, or the nail. This is the toe, near the nail. And I see a hair across there. There we go. That. Probably need to go back in and paint the creases a little anyway. I didn't do that one, did I? That's alright. Make sure I didn't get the other side at all. And of course there's little fuzzies. Let's do my fuzzies. Alright. Okay. So I think that's looking good. Let's grab the belly plate. Yeah, I still have, I don't know, kind of, it matches the creases a bit. I was wondering if I should go, I think I did go over the whole leg though. I think I'll go over the top or bottom of the leg here, just a bit. Pull out my sponge, and then I go I need to try this with the primary method and see how to achieve this skin tone. Like I made like a biracial baby once, doing just back and forth with red and yellow, and it turned out really nice. But I didn't go all that dark. It was a lighter color, but it was so, like I said, it just turned out really nice. Alright, I'm just going over the whole thing. Oop. Oops, sorry, my phone fell. There. I had a screen protector on my phone before, and it was a glass screen protector. Oop, and there goes the paintbrush. It was glass, and well, it was okay, but then I dropped it outside. This has a bit more of a reddish tone to it still. I dropped my phone outside, I've dropped it in the house like 100 times and never had a crack in it. And I drop it outside on gravel and it cracks. So, yeah. I ended up buying a new screen protector, not glass this time. So I decided I hate the glass. So I just have regular. So now, if it drops, I'm not worried. At least not too worried anyway. That it's gonna break or anything now and look terrible. So I hated that. Like I always felt like there was a hair across my phone, but it wasn't a hair. It was, yeah, that's looking good. Okay. It was a crack, and I hated that. So I had to order new, got new, and replaced as soon as it came in. So like, I do not want to see that crack on there all the time. My sponge is getting super dirty. Let's put it in the dish. If you use a dry sponge, it like quickly dries out the paint, of course, instead of removing it. And I don't want that either. Hands all wet and everything. Trying to close the curtain a bit more. Okay, so now I've got little fuzzies in here. Excuse me. Fuzzies everywhere. Alright, so I want to do a little bit more maybe at the top, I'm not sure. I'm trying to show the color together. I think that's pretty good. That looks good. Alright, so now the other leg. You can tell that it's got a long way to go. I worked on the foot a little last night. Let's compare the other leg. Yeah, see, look. Long way to go on the other leg. That's okay. I'm not busy today. I do have, oh, yes, I do have a short day today because it's Wednesday. Forgot. Wednesdays are my shorter days. I hate Wednesday. And Friday, because they're my short days and I don't have time to really do much painting or working on any babies. And I do not like that. I like having lots of time to paint, and Wednesdays and Fridays I don't have much time. And it's frustrating, at least for me. Actually, maybe I'll use the sponge head. It's frustrating because I want to be able to paint and everything. Where's this light coming from? Is it here? Sorry about that. I'm just trying to find the point where the sun is coming in. I don't want to be, there we go, blinded too much. Alright, so I'm going to stretch. I'm stretching the leg so I can get the sponge in here. And then I want to blot. Okay. Super blending. Blot. I need to grow my nails out again so I can properly scrape out any hairs. Okay. I just want to go over the ankle a bit more. I like that dark, rich tone happening there. It's really nice. There's a bit of a line there. This is unfortunately. It's the bad thing about these air dry paint, it dries quick. So I gotta work really, really fast. So I'm gonna go over the toes. Make sure not to get the nails. I was looking at some baby references and they are just pink, it looks like. It's a little bit of like moon, but not a lot of the moon, so I mean not a lot of color as far as I could tell. I looked at some baby pictures. And they were looking really nice. There's a cat bothering me. Oh, I already found the cat too. So if the cat bothers us, it's typically because it needs something. Like she's out of food or water. They think they're out of food even if it's not, the food dish isn't empty. So it's like, this is still half full. Just eat it. But she will bother me until I feed her. If she doesn't have any food or water. Which I understand the water thing, like everybody should have water. The food though, like as soon as I feed her, she's gone. Like, alright, I've got my food now, I'm good. And then she won't bother me anymore. Even at night when you're sleeping though, she'll jump up right in your face and meow, and that's freaky. In the middle of the night. I hope I'm within frame. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna do the whole leg in this color as well, just like I did the arms and head. Okay, so I just want to blot out of here. Toothpick. I need to change my paper towel again. I'm just going to start with the top of the leg if this is considered the top. I don't know. But I'm going to start here and work my way down. But first I want to blot because I'm seeing some edges from my sponge and that's not good. Okay, I need a new sponge. Let's see. Maybe this one will do. I was using this for primer the other day. So. I washed all the primer out. But then I left it though too long and the primer dried on the top here. And I rinsed it out anyway, hoping that it would maybe come out with soap and water, but it didn't. So I just used scissors and I cut the top off, so that's why it's kind of wonky, because I cut it myself with scissors. So, not a fresh out of the box. Although, whoop, it looks fresh out of the box. Sorry about that, Sky. I accidentally hit her in the head. Whole thing. Okay. I'd like to get her done, finished soon. I went off trail, so to speak, on her and added some yellow and red tone. Whereas I'm using like just brown right now for this, so I wanted her to have a more richer skin tone as well, so that's why I did another color. Alright, let's compare an arm to this. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. They like match really nicely anyway. Alright, now the belly plate. Belly. Oh, whoops. Do not leave leg. Okay. I gotta remember to hold on tighter. And then we'll match these two. Still a little on the light side, so we will have to darken this one a little bit more. It's weird, this tree thing, how you can kind of see it. Like I've got this arm is actually behind, and so the legs sit up on top. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. So the legs are up high and the arms are down low. It's kind of... Although I have to do that, otherwise the legs will be touching the table, and I don't want that. I don't want the legs touching the table at all, so they are up higher. That's okay. That's where we want them, so they're safe. And that way I'm not worried that they're gonna touch the table, like I said, and get stuck to the table, because this I've got retarder in here and it does stay tacky for a little bit. That's why I try not to touch the paint at all with my hands either. She's turning out to be really nice tan color. I really like it. Alright. Can't wait till she's done. I'm not sure what I'm using for hair yet. I have to talk to her mommy. But I picture her having like afro black, beautiful black hair, and then somehow like put it in a ponytail on top of her head or something, and a little bit of bangs coming down in the front. Like not, like I guess more like the baby hairs coming down on the forehead a bit. That's what I just keep picturing anyway. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what I'm doing just yet. So like I said, I have to talk to her mom, find out what she wants, how she wants her to look. She has been waiting a year for this baby, so. And if anyone's interested or, you know, curious, it does take, most people do wait a year for their baby. I'm just extremely slow. And so it takes me a while. Let me just put a little bit more color. There's a vein showing here, so it looks kind of dark, or but it's not. It's just, hey, stop that. Cat trying to get in a box behind me. Out there. Just looking at me like, what? I can get in the box. I love the box. Not while I'm on camera, cat. Okay. That looks pretty good, I think. Alright, where's Belly, please? It's on my lap. I keep forgetting it's on my leg. I hope I don't go to get up and it falls. Alright, so it still looks very, very light. Let me check the other leg. I think it's still, I need to go over it again. Maybe. Oh, drop. Yeah, see. Still too pale compared to the other. So, alright. Put that one back. I didn't want this video to be that long, so I'm gonna have to... I guess if you want to skip, you can. Skip around and to the ending, so to speak, or something. You can. I won't be too offended. Like, I know these... Oops, I put it in the water instead. That's okay. I know my videos run a bit long. But this is a tutorial video, too, so... it's kind of expected that it would run long, right? And everybody's paint styles are different, so I mean, if you, for some reason, didn't want to follow everything I do and just skip ahead, then that's fine. As well. So adding a bit more color through the shading here. Kind of see the veining through here. I'm not sure if I'm loving the veining with this. I know a lot of people don't do veining with their ethnic babies. It is kind of hard to do. I mean, to see that color, I don't know. It kind of looked like, I don't want it to look bruised or anything, but you can kind of see the blue through it. I just don't know how to explain. It doesn't look bad, I guess. I just... don't know that I love the veining through this color of skin. But maybe once I get the red blushing in here, maybe it will be a lot better. I don't know. And I'll like it. I don't know. We'll find out. Alright, so I'm just trying to pull the tree with me. Okay. I think those are looking pretty much the same now. Yeah, I think they're looking pretty good. I feel like I need a little bit darker up on top though. So we'll go a little darker. Just on top, and then we'll leave some lighter. I wonder if I should probably go over this too, because I didn't before. Darken it a bit. Alright. Now, oops. I'm tossing everything. on the ground. I need a bigger table. My table's small. But then again, I don't have much room here either. I grabbed the wrong sponge, I realized. That's okay. Put that off to the side. I should just toss it. Actually, oh, that's the wrong sponge. Why is that all the way over there? I have no idea. It's hard. It's just there. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit more color to the top of the foot here. And blend in really well. Alright, so compared to the belly plate, like it's not as super dark though, but in the dark areas it does match. And I should shade this a bit more. There. I want the knee to stay pretty light. Still think it needs to be darker here. And so you can see a vein show up here, so it looks kind of darkish here, but the vein comes down into the foot, and so you can see it through the leg. This takes forever. I just realized this is gonna be forever. So I keep going over and over and over and over. I just want that to be nice and dark here though. Match the rest. Alright, so now with the belly plate, like I said, the backs match and the foot almost. Foot needs to be a bit darker now that I see it. Sorry about that, I don't know when that cut off again, but I was just comparing the foot to the belly plate now that I'm too high up. And the leg. I still think the leg needs to go a little darker. Does it match the middle though? Yeah, it matches the middle of the plate. Which is good. We definitely want some matching happening here. This one, there's a little bit of a divot here. Not too, you know, not like the crease divot. Not that deep of a crease, I guess you'd say. It's a bit of a line here. Not sure how that happened. Okay. So now that's way off, but I'm trying to match the creases and then the middle more so. Okay. Oh, I should grab both legs. Now the cat's trying to tear apart the couch. Must be really like, when are you gonna get to me kind of attitude. Okay, so I still think that this one's darker. Looks good from the side, but this way is darker. This one's darker still. The backs look really good together though. But this one's still a little light on top, so we're gonna go in and just kind of go over this a little bit more. And I don't want to go too far with, like, that sponge is getting awfully dry. Just going over the whole thing with the sponge, just in case. The sponge is pretty dry. Like I said, if you use a dry sponge, it will dry your paint quicker. And then you can end up with a lot of boo-boos, so I like to keep it moist but not overly. Oh, did I just go over the wrong leg here? No. Okay, good. Thought I went over the wrong leg. I'm like, oh no. Alright, so they look pretty good. Let's see. Yeah. Like I said, the backs. Backs are my, oops, where did that come from? Hold on. Maybe I touched somewhere. It's like dry paint on there. Okay. So that looks good. Yeah. I still need to get to my poor little Jackson. I mean, look at the difference. Jackson's behind. But I want Jackson to, so I've even got Skya here. And Skya I've been working on. Like I said, I've added some more red. I thought I dropped the belly plate. I've added red to her. I wanted her to have a bit more of a red undertone. So yeah, I've added a bit of red to her. I've done some of the creases on her hands as well. I need to add some darkening, just a bit around her lips. And then I need to paint more inside of her mouth. She's got a bit of color in there, but not a lot. And she is extremely sticky. And then Andy too. I need to get back to Andy. I'm loving how Andy looks though already. So I just need to go in and add that darker all over the head. So I'm going to stop the video for now, and then I think we'll switch over to blushing. Add some blushing now. Okay, so thank you all so much for watching if you stayed this long, my goodness. And I hope you're having a great day.